Hello, everyone. Today I'm excited to share with you the results of my research project titled The Impact of Using the Educational Instagram Account Como Dice el Dicho on Teaching Idiomatic Expressions to English as a Foreign Language at WIS Language Institute. Idiomatic expressions in English as a foreign language, often perplexing for learners, are crucial for language fluency. Leveraging Instagram for education, a growing trend, is the focus of this qualitative case study at WIS Language Institute, Colombia. Instagram, aligned with constructivism and social linguistics, aims to enhance idiomatic competence. As an English teacher, I have observed a gap in language education. Idiomatic expressions are often overlooked in the English class. These expressions, figurative in nature, add depth to language learning. Defined as a group of words in a fixed order that has a particular meaning different from the meanings of each word on its own by the Cambridge Online Dictionary, idioms pose a challenge for learners of English as a foreign language. Due to time constraints in traditional classrooms, formal language tends to take precedence over informal language, leaving idiomatic expressions neglected. To address this, I explored the use of Instagram as a platform to teach and reinforce idiomatic language. Instagram's multimedia capabilities, including videos, photos, and interactive features like quizzes and polls, offer engaging opportunities to enhance language learning. The potential outcomes and impact of this study are significant, particularly in teaching English as a foreign language. Through idioms, we delve into a culture's traditions, beliefs, and behaviors, enriching language learning with cultural insights. Instagram emerges as a powerful tool, offering interactive and multimedia features that create meaningful learning experiences. Moving on to the research question, how successful is the use of the educational Instagram account at Como Dice el Dicho in broadening English as a foreign language students' idiomatic command at the WIS Language Institute? This question guides my exploration into the effectiveness of utilizing the Instagram account at Como Dice el Dicho for teaching idiomatic expressions to English as a foreign language students at WIS Language Institute in Bucaramanga, Colombia. Now let's delve into the main objective of the study. To explore the impact of using the educational Instagram account at Como Dice el Dicho as an educational app on teaching idiomatic expressions to English as a foreign language students at WIS Language Institute. The specific objectives that aimed at the construction of the main objective of my study are as follows. First, to create the educational Instagram account at Como Dice el Dicho. Second, to understand the theoretical background knowledge behind teaching and learning idiomatic expressions. Third, to get insight into whether students use idioms during the class or not. Fourth, to get to know the students' perceptions about the use of the educational Instagram account at Como Dice el Dicho as a means to learn idiomatic language. Fifth, to categorize the students' replies about the use of Instagram to support the language learning experience. And sixth, to identify possible students' challenges regarding the learning of idiomatic expressions. The usage of idiomatic expressions is fundamental to English language proficiency. They facilitate accurate and effective communication, bridging cultural gaps and enhancing fluency. In Colombia, a Spanish speaking country, incorporating idiomatic language is crucial given its prevalence in daily communication. As we navigate the information age, integrating information and communication technologies, ICTs, and social media, SM, into the English as a foreign language classroom becomes pivotal, especially for students identified as digital natives. This study aims to contribute to the effective incorporation of idiomatic language teaching in English as a foreign language, leveraging the capabilities of Instagram and recognizing the importance of cultural and linguistic nuances. We are now going to continue with the conceptual framework as the foundation of this study. First, we will delve into idioms definition and instruction. Second, we will deal with the social linguistic approach. And third, we will be talking about mobile learning for ELT. As I transition to the conceptual framework, I'm going to delve into the definition and instruction of idioms. Idioms, defined as fixed expressions in a figurative sense, often present arbitrary meanings. Teaching idiomatic expressions involves providing a deep cultural understanding and linguistic knowledge. My approach includes using images and offering equivalents in students' own native language, ensuring effective communication and comprehension. This theoretical foundation forms the basis of my methodology in teaching idioms. Within the conceptual framework, I embrace the social linguistic approach, exploring how social factors influence language variation. Idioms, as linguistic expressions, reflect societal cultural values. Understanding idioms in this context becomes crucial for effective communication. My journey into the social linguistic approach emphasizes the importance of idiomatic language as a dynamic reflection of cultural nuances and social identities. As I conclude with my conceptual exploration, I turn my attention to mobile learning for English language teaching. The connectivism theory suggests that learning involves creating connections between information sources, highlighting the potential of platforms like Instagram. The activity theory emphasizes the mediation of learning through tools like Instagram, fostering meaningful language learning activities. Communities of practice underscore the importance of social interaction, collaboration, and intercultural communicative competence (ICC) in language learning. These theories provide the foundation for my investigation into the impact of Instagram on teaching idiomatic expressions. Speaking of the methodology, this qualitative case study employs a research design that seeks to explore, understand, and describe the phenomenon of using Instagram for idiomatic expression instruction from the perspectives of the people involved. The research approach encompasses the overarching philosophical stance that underlies the study and guides my understanding and interpreting the phenomenon under investigation. This study adopts a qualitative research approach aligning with the interpretivist paradigm, which acknowledges the subjective nature of reality and seeks to understand the meanings individuals attribute to their experiences. According to Creswell, qualitative research seeks to explore, understand, and describe a phenomenon from the perspectives of the people involved. The case study involves observing, interpreting, and describing the phenomenon in order to develop a better understanding of it. I will now address the four dimensions of this study. In terms of the theoretical dimension, the theoretical framework of this research is based on the theory of constructivism. It suggests that learners can construct their own knowledge and meaning from the environment and their experiences. Furthermore, learners have an active role in the learning process and they are capable of constructing their own learning, understanding of the language and the culture in which it is used. This research will explore how Instagram can be used as a tool to support the language learning process, specifically the learning of idioms. In regards with the tactical dimension, it undertakes the use of Instagram as an educational tool to support learners in the learning process. It allows learners to practice their language skills and provides an opportunity for learners to connect with native speakers, which can be beneficial in terms of learning. The summarial dimension addresses the importance of learning idioms in order to gain a better perception of the language and the culture in which it is used. The data will be collected through class observations and semi structured interviews in focus groups. Finally, in terms of the analytic dimension, the data will be analyzed in order to determine the attitude and perception of the participants towards the importance of learning idioms, the source of difficulty in understanding them, and the potential use of Instagram as an educational tool to support their learning experience. In terms of the data collection instruments, an observation grade and a semi-structured focus group will be used. The observation grade will collect data about students' interaction with idiomatic expressions in class, the frequency of occurrence, and so on. The focus group, on the other hand, will be semi-structured with open-ended questions about specific aspects regarding idiomatic expressions in the English as a foreign language context. Data will be analyzed through coding and memos to identify patterns and themes related to participants' attitudes and perceptions regarding idiomatic expressions on Instagram as an educational tool. Dealing with the categories, the first one will be student engagement and interaction, and the corresponding subcategories are use of idioms and peer interaction. The evidence is how students actively use idioms and instances for students engaging with peers during language activities. The second category deals with the classroom observation grade effectiveness. The corresponding subcategories are as follows. First, student involvement. Second, feedback integration. The corresponding evidence is the scoring system indicating how well students are involved and improvements made based on feedback regarding instructions. The third category is related to the pedagogical intervention phases. The corresponding subcategories are as follows. First, data collection preparation. Second, analysis and results. And third, conclusions and recommendations. The corresponding evidence or pieces of evidence are indicated below each subsection or each subcategory. Moving on to the fourth category, we have systematic coding process. The corresponding subcategories are first, initial coding, and second, thematic patterns. The evidence for both of these subcategories are presented below. Dealing with the fifth category, we have data management and ethical considerations. The corresponding subcategories are first, data organization, and second, ethical considerations. Once again, the corresponding pieces of evidence are indicated below each subcategory. Finally, my sixth category is focus group responses and outcomes, and the subsequent subcategories are first, enthusiasm for Instagram, second, challenges and refinements, and third, conclusions and recommendations. Speaking of the conclusions, I noted down the most remarkable ones. First, this study demonstrates the potential of Instagram as a valuable adjunct in language education, emphasizing the need for continued exploration and integration into language teaching practices. Second, Instagram effectively supports idiomatic expression learning, fostering cultural connections and active student engagement. Third, findings resonate with constructivism, emphasizing learners' active role in knowledge construction. Instagram serves as a valuable tool aligning with the theoretical underpinnings. Fourth, discussion underscores Instagram's potential as an educational tool. Its informal nature complements language learning, providing a platform for cultural exchange and active participation. Fifth, this study contributes by showcasing Instagram's effectiveness in idiom acquisition. It expands the understanding of social media role in language education. Last but not least, instructors can leverage Instagram's interactive features to enhance language learning. Recommendations include integrating idiomatic expressions into curricula. The present study, even though important in its exploration of using Instagram as an educational tool for teaching idiomatic language, acknowledges several potential limitations. Firstly, it recognizes the unique language environment in Colombia, a predominantly non English speaking country where Spanish is the official language. The scarcity of English exposure among students poses a challenge, and while this study aims to bridge that gap, the external environment may influence the study outcomes. Secondly, the study site at the Universidad Industrial de Santander may experience interruptions due to social protests, which could impact the proposed schedule for data collection. This potential volatility highlights the importance of flexibility in implementing the research plan, emphasizing the need for adaptability and consideration of both in class and out of the class settings. Thirdly, the limited sample raises questions about the generalizability of findings to a broader population. The study's participants, though representative of the target group, may not fully encapsulate the diverse demographics of English language learners. Thus, the study outcomes might be more applicable to young adults in similar educational settings. Fourthly, the possibility of withdrawal and external disruptions, such as civil engineering activities within the study site, further underline the dynamic nature of educational research. Despite these challenges, the proposal adopts a comprehensive approach, considering in class and out of class contexts, which could potentially mitigate these limitations. Finally, the implications of the present study are mainly concerning knowledge contribution and impact on teaching practices. On the one hand, this study contributes by showcasing Instagram's effectiveness in idiom acquisition. It expands the understanding of social media's role in language education. On the other hand, instructors can leverage Instagram's interactive features to enhance language learning. Recommendations include integrating idiomatic expressions into curricula. Finally, this is a complete list of the references used in the construction of the present study. I cannot thank you enough for your attention and for your time. That's all from me. Goodbye.